Welcome back to Thronebreaker. We are about to do a puzzle. Snowball fight. Lyrian winters are mild. Frosts are rare, and snow, should any fall at all, melts the moment it lands. Yet Meave's soldiers had now witnessed an expanse of the frosty powder blanket the peaks of Mahakam. They delighted in the harsh beauty of the frigid landscape, then were struck with an ingenious idea to pack snow into small orbs and hurl them at each other. Hilarity and hearty laughter ensued for minutes, that is, until a troll joined their revelry. To their terror, he had brought rocks to a snowball fight. That's amazing. I mean, I hope, like, canonically it's definitely possible, like, given what, like, trolls are like, it's definitely possible for there to be, for the troll to not even have any, like, ill intentions from this and just think this is, like, totally fine. Which I hope is what's going on. Every turn, on turn start, throw a troll's snowball at the row with the most humans. He just wants to play. Yeah, that's fine. If it lands in a row, damage all units on it by 2, and force the 3 highest units to swap rows on their side. Okay, but... Hit face! Haha! Now Uman turn throw. Uman? Uman? Yes, I love it. It's fine. Just let all the scythemen die. It's fine. Okay, so... It doesn't seem like... Yeah, I can't, like, do anything to these. I don't know what the... I guess the triggering condition for this to end is just that the snowballs are all gone. Like, I can't target these, so... Yeah,
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Wait. What? When? What? It's my turn again? What? When? What happened? When did these go? What? Oh! Wait. Is it because I have the same number on each side? Question mark? I guess it could be.
Aye.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Okay.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
Oh. Oh gosh. This is gonna be problematic.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
This harvest will be reaping black cloud heads.
Man.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Yeah, how do you... I think Meave is gonna live, but it's gonna be a close call. Oh, guess I should actually put this here.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Hey?
Okay, yeah. That was super silly. I was there like a point to that? I mean, like other than it just being like a silly fun thing, but like did I actually gain resources? I mean, not that any of this crap has changed, I'm sure, but yeah. How much would it cost for me to... I could actually get this. Those Landsknechts would not be terrible. I know that I've brought that up before, but... yeah, sure, let's... Achievement unlocked! Huzzah! We did it! Like having these guys out there just like chipping along with Meave's sword, like you could set up some cool stuff with that for sure. Like, is it better? Is it better than the Wagenberg? The Wagenberg is like one big blast. It's generally gonna do more damage than this guy, but well, yeah, this might be better than the Onager though. I mean, Onager is pretty useful, but I'd like to try this, and I don't know what else I would... oh, fine. Yeah, sure. To try it, see how it goes. I don't know what else I would take out. Like, the adepts are really nice. Bombers, obviously really useful. Arbalists and... drummers are obviously really useful. Blacksmiths, really good. So, we'll just go with that. Okay. On we go. I think I already grabbed this, didn't I? Probably. Oh, look.
Meave's force neared Davor's abyss. Signs of beastly feasting were not hard to find. Countless paw and claw tracks were impressed in the blood-stained snow. Among the boulders, bones picked clean were strewn about. Gascon lifted one from the ground.
Empty inside,
He said.
Something sucked out the marrow.
Meave's soldiers feigned indifference to the grisly sight. They marched on, their stepped rhythm unwavering, a song on their lips. Yet hearing a slight tremolo in their voices, Meave knew they merely sought to drown out their fear.
Oh, come on, it's fine.
A moment later, a commander's horn sounded, the signal to halt. The Queen galloped to the fore of the column and found herself at the edge of a vast, round hole in the ground. She could not see the bottom. Meave drew her reins tight to prevent her mount from taking even one step forward.
What is this? A crater? A desiccated lake?
A mine of the strip variety.
Gabor explained.
Treasures we picked and shoveled for here. Diamonds. Till we happened on the beasts, that is.
What now?
Orion's a dam. Holds back a lake. If we can break it, water'll rush in, fill the abyss and the tunnels from which the beasts emerge. Just need to get around the mine first. Way down's on the other side.
Meave squinted and gazed into the distance. Indeed, there was the dam. And at its foot, a swarm of beasts roiled about. Her soldiers gazed at their queen expectantly, their arms at the ready. She knew well they would rush into battle, in spite of their fear.
Gabor,
Meve cried out over the whirling wind.
have you bards here in Mahakam?
Course, your grace.
Then we shall give them good reason to compose this day, on the themes of courage, of heroism, of Lyria! Gee up!
And with that cry, the
Damn.
queen spurred her mount, grabbed a banner, and raising it high over her head, rushed headlong at the horrid swarm.
Okay. The dwarves delved deep into Davor's abyss, and from it pulled diamonds of unsurpassed quality. These stones glistened at all the courts of the north, bejeweling crowns, capping scepters, studding chalices, and glamorizing ceremonial swords. Some stayed in Mahakam, though in more mundane incarnations, as drill bits or crystal cutters, for example. Yet the days of Davor's diamond delving were long past. Nice alliteration. Now only monsters crawled out of his dark abyss. Okay, so we have to gain 7 charges. Every turn on turn start, if there are units adjacent to this one, gain 1 charge. Then damage a random enemy by 5 and all other units on its row by 2. Okay. Lyrian Banner not counting as a unit, presumably. If this unit's charge count reaches 7, Meve wins the battle. So that would suggest that the enemies are going to have a bunch of removal. Every turn on turn start, boost all allied units by 1. Well, that's not very removal-y, but... Okay. Well, it certainly becomes easier to have a whole bunch of units if we adapt more drummers and then drum. So that's cool. Also, Reynard being able to give them more charges is also good. Decoy is good, but do we need removal? That's the question. Maybe we don't. I mean, we can have the Wagenburg and the Landsknecht do some work in that respect, but like maybe we decoy or redraw some of this removal. I don't know. Like all we have to do is survive for 7 turns and like have cards in the back row, basically. Which doesn't seem like a super tall order. I mean, the one annoying thing about it is I would rather play the Wagenburg into the front row and then move the Lyrian Banner, but it's not. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's gain a charge and then damage, but doesn't expend the charge to do it. Okay. Yeah. Still, removal is probably going to be a good idea because it's probably going to have some crap that it can do that is bad for me. So maybe... Gosh, maybe I'll just roll with exactly this. Yeah, sure.
Here's the way down. We need to break through and destroy the dam.
Yep, there we go. There's some removal-y stuff. So we can do... What can we do? Actually, this thing is going to do a whole bunch of damage to it. Oh, but that's not going to be until the start of my turn. Wait, why didn't it already gain a charge at the start of my turn? Is it? Do they have to be units on each side? Is that the deal? Maybe that is the deal. Alright, so let's do this. Let's,
Doubt I'll ever pay off these school loans.
Damage a random enemy by 2. I hope it doesn't... I guess I hope it hits exactly the adept, huh? Yeah, but I don't think it makes sense to fire the Wagenberg, so... Hey! Nice. That is very nice. Okay, so we could actually fire the Wagenberg now, and then get the kill with me, power up the sword. I like that. Maybe I should decrease the odds that it kills the Wagenberg, or do I care? I'm not sure if I care or not. Let's say that I
As
do.
you wish, lady.
Oh, maybe I should have played the Landsknecht actually, so that I could have gotten an extra charge on this thing. Didn't think about that. Probably should have thought about that. Okay. Probably time to start playing some drummers. Well,
Army's a waste of time for one like
one
me.
drummer.
Your Grace, monsters approach from all sides.
Okay, so we could Alzur's Thunder this nonsense. I would like to get the Landsknecht down. Maybe I should pull first? Well, if I'm gonna play the Landsknecht, I should pull after I do that. Yeah, let's get this guy down, because...
Long live me!
Drummer and Arbalist. Okay, so we've got... Let's put the drummer in the front row.
Left, right, left, right.
Give me a time.
Alright, so how much are we doing here? 8. Meave can do 2, so we'll do... Actually, let's hit this one. Nice. So now we're doing 3 damage. So we could just go ahead and use this guy's thing to hit all of these things, all 3 of these guys. I don't know if that is going to set up our Northern Wind better or not, but I think it might, so... Oh, I should also move this forward for the next time I pull the drummer. Oh. Alright, let's see if that puts them back to white or if they stay red, I guess. That'll be the interesting question. Because of this guy's ability, that is. Wait, that one's a spy? Why is that one a spy? Ah, no! No! Oh my god, that's a disaster. I shouldn't have moved this thing. Ah! That's really bad. Holy crap. Ugh. Okay. Well, I think we pull. Okay. This is fine then. We can just...
You mad? Don't shake that!
Let's fire... Which row? It's pretty 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I guess.
Alright, that's no problem.
Alright, so then... How do we want to do this? Do we want to use him to remove armor? How much is me doing 3? So... Let's say that we do like... Do 13, and then do 2 to a guy with 5, and we can finish him off. Okay. 4 7s, 4 8s. Should I decoy the bomber? Or I should really just decoy Gabor, but don't need to do that yet. So maybe I just Alzur's Thunder here. Maybe like this guy. Yeah, sure. I wish you could see the charges that this guy gets. Like it's so dumb that you can't actually see how many they have like off the play. Like it's just some of the UI stuff in this game. Like why can't I see that kind of information in here, for example, like or see what it consumed? Really gets on my nerves. Okay, so probably, I mean, we need to get more charges, certainly. So let's just go for that now.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Oh, a new chart, another charge for the Wagenburg is really good, actually. All right, Arbalest and Drummer. Doesn't really matter which. Wait, did that not? Oh, because the flag's not a unit. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter which goes where. Doing 7 damage. Meave's doing 4 damage. Is there anything that has 11 health? No. Oh, yes.
Again and again and again.
Alright, so we can do... Do we want to do a 5 damage nuke out now? Do I want to just pull again? I guess I'll pull again. Xavier.
Fear not. We shall achieve our goal.
We got room for a couple more. I don't need to spend discharges now, I guess. Yeah, let's just end turn. What's it doing? This was a really odd sequence.
Excellent! The dam's about to give!
Okay. I think we might be able to wipe this entire board right now with the Wagenburg. But let's... just to make sure. Drummer, Arbalest.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
I'm a wrong sir.
Fucking kaboom. Excuse me, but that was exciting. Man, we don't even need to really... I mean, I need to play a card, but... yeah, I don't even... this is... overkill at this point, but let's, well, let's pick up Gabor, I guess, and we'll just end turn. Yeah. Getting utterly destroyed. That they are.
For you, pal! Anything.
I didn't even get to play my Northern Wind. I mean, I could have played it, but yeah, that was... I mean, having that catapult obviously helped a lot.
And indeed, bards sang of this battle soon after. For no claws or fangs could break through the wall of shields the Lyrians raised that day. And no scales could protect the beasts from the Lyrians' stinging arrows and blades.
Fight! Do not relent! Let us show these beasts! It is they who should fear us!
The Queen shouted. In the end, the beasts turned to flee, yet Meave's force cut off any chance of escape. A solid wall of men began to push the monsters ever closer to the edge of Davor's abyss. Pressed from all sides, the horrors began slipping over the precipice, screeching terribly as they fell.
Blood. Wonderful.
Silence came at last. The Queen stood at the edge of the precipice, breathing heavily, leaning on her sword. From the depths of the mine came muted growls and groans.
Let's flood the damn hole,
Hissed Gabor.
before any other shite crawls out of it.
A rush of icy water suddenly rose, then just as abruptly plunged into the mine, flooding the pit. And where once lay Davor's abyss, now lay Davor's pond. Meave descended back into the pass, exhausted and covered in beastly blood, yet also exceedingly pleased. She was one step closer to dwarven support in the war against Nilfgaard. Once the Lyrians had put some distance between themselves and the now destroyed monster lair, Meave ordered her men to pitch camp. Then she sent the quartermaster off for food and drink. The soldiers lit campfires, then set aside their weapons. Soon after, lively music and song could be heard throughout the camp.
Your Majesty,
Reynard said from behind Meave's back.
a messenger from the Elder-in-Chief.
The Queen turned to see a dwarf in a richly adorned jerkin and a shako with golden seams. She stifled her laugh into a smile and lifted her chin proudly, expecting praise and a pledge of aid in the war against Nilfgaard.
But
My lady, your daring deeds have come to the Elder's attention.
Said the dwarf in a measured voice.
He's positively irate and demands an explanation.
Irate? But why? I and my men, we've aided you greatly.
Elder Hoog awaits at the Long Bridge. You'd be wise not to keep him there any length of time.
And with that, all the Queen's enthusiasm for a celebration was instantly gone. She waited until the fires expired and the songs died down, then gave the order to march.
Okay then. Well, first we gotta get some loot, so we'll have to keep him waiting at least a little bit. But I assume we're essentially going forward here, not back. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Day 234, first day of winter, going to be mighty rough. So cold the pickaxes are freezing to our hands. Had to cease work. Day 239, the snow has started. 2 meters a day. No plowing visibility. Chimneys barely poking out of the snowdrifts. Day 245, monsters, attacking from all sides. Hard to hold ground. Huge losses. Day 250, had to abandon the mine. Retreating to Boros Rump. Will return come spring. Petrit Fuchs. Fuchs. Whatever. Is this totally pointless? Would seem that way. I don't think that. Yeah, there's nothing back up here. Okay. Onward we go. Treasure chest. Huzzah. So, Petrit, I agree the mine must be evacuated. Carry as much as possible of what you've excavated so far, and raise the red banner so our scouts can spot ye in the snow. All of Boros Rump looks forward to your safe return, Tomor Fuchs. I don't think I can do justice to that accent. It feels weird to just throw in the word ye in the middle of talking in my normal accent. Yeah, I'm wondering. I'd be very interested to know how the game handles the various options that you have for, pleasing or pissing off the dwarves, because ultimately the game is going to have to allow you to beat it. That doesn't necessarily mean that you can't have sort of like a good ending, bad ending thing. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a threshold for if you do enough bad stuff, then you don't get enough support from the dwarves, then you just kind of don't have a great outcome. But I don't really know what to expect along those lines, but I assume that there is going to be some kind of like, the sun dies or doesn't die based on that, or, things along those lines. So what is it? Oh, right, blood. I got the blood card. Look at 5 cards from your deck and play 2, then discard the rest. That is a disturbing, like, wow, that art is disturbing. Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, so it does trigger unplayabilities. So that's not terrible. I mean, it's good in general, certainly. Like, in from like in a normal like CCG context, that would be a very strong card, but in my deck, I'm not sure that it's not just a more example of overkill, and then I wouldn't rather just have the removal stuff. My early opinion of this card is, it's not enough damage. What did I take out for it? I forget already. Something very important, obviously. Oh, the Onager. Yeah, I mean, the Onager is not like amazing either, but this thing just, the damage output is so low. If it did 2 or 3 damage, it'd be a lot better, but there doesn't seem to be any opportunity to upgrade it. Yeah, I have to assume also that I'm getting close to the end of the game, is like in the sense that like they can't expect you to want to take all of the card upgrades because you're not going to want to use all of these cards. Like, it doesn't make sense. You don't have enough. I mean, I guess unless you just build an enormous deck, which I guess could make sense in a single player context, maybe. But yeah, I mean, you realistically, like, you don't need all of these upgrades, and so the fact that there's not like any more stuff to unlock and there's no dwarven stuff on here, maybe that changes at some point. I don't remember whether you had like lock symbols on, say, like here before you got Gascon and that sort of thing. Because there certainly were lock symbols in general around here where you couldn't see like what the upgrade was, and now they're all gone, right? So like I guessing that dwarves are never actually going to join my deck per se, but yeah, I guess we'll see. But I'm not gonna. I'll give the Land's Neck to one more battle before I switch back to the Onager, I guess. Not super impressed so far, but welcome to the lands of Clan Vidmar. You share a tale, we share the ale. Hoo hoo ha! Certainly is some wind going on here.
Gazing towards the horizon, Meve noticed a dark shape outlined against the mantle of snow that lay on the ground. It proved a tower, toppled and broken in pieces. Around it lay the ruins of other buildings, blocks hewn out of basalt rock protruding from the permafrost.
That'd be the Clan Vidmar ruins,
said Gabor, hollering over the wind.
Rich ones had their clan seat here till earth tremors turned all into dust. Hundreds of dwarves lived here once, and now, not a living soul.
Ah! Help! Save me!
On the contrary, there was someone midst the ruins, and said someone was clearly in trouble. Meve ordered her men to find the unfortunate soul. They returned moments later, leading a dwarf whose teeth chattered. They had found him in a ruined building where he'd sought shelter from ghouls. Judging by his appearance, the dwarf had spent the better part of a week there.
Marco Vidmar, they call me,
he said, patting down unkempt hair that seemed to reach in all directions.
I came here seeking a family heirloom, lost in the tremors and the chaos they caused. I ken the chamber where it ought to be, but, well, beasts made their lair there. I cannot drive them off on my own. But bold warriors like you ought to cut them down in a jiffy. So, will you help?
Sure,
I too
why
have lost my
not?
home, estate,
said the queen.
so I understand well what you feel. I shall help you recover your heirloom. Call it a whim.
Mirko Vidmar's face lit up. Though he'd spent a week besieged and eating stale biscuits, and though there was a hoarfrost in his beard, he quickly trotted to the front of the column and led the Lyrian soldiers to the underground chamber. As promised, beasts awaited there.
Legacy of the Vidmars. The underground chamber was decorated with numerous reliefs portraying the heroic deeds of Svonk, the Vidmar clan's progenitor. One depicted the dwarf strangling a Shaelmar with his bare hands. Seems reasonable. Another, rescuing miners from a collapsed cavern. And the third, wolfing down a succulent pork knuckle. It came as no surprise Mirko wished to regain the relics of his famous ancestor. Forgotten Treasure. Whenever a unit is played, it may be seized by this card. When a seized unit takes damage, move it back to its original position. Okay. It may be seized. Every 5 turns, consume a unit in your graveyard and spawn a base copy of it. Well, if you don't have anything in your graveyard, then that is going to be less good, but He's only got 8 cards to work with total. But I guess that could kind of make it into 16 cards, huh? Alright. So... there's a drummer. I would actually like to have the Landsknecht now, because it does 1 damage, and 1 damage is a good way to get back my seized units, should that be a thing that I need to deal with. So... do I mulligan for it or not is the question. I could mulligan this guy. I mean, he's good, but... let's do that. Alright, I don't really... I think 1 drummer is good enough. We'll just add up the 1 drummer and... well, I mean, maybe I want 2, but... no. Oh, maybe I don't actually want the bomber just yet. Although fire is a reasonable way to get damage onto a seized unit as well, so maybe I do. Let's mulligan a drummer, mulligan a drummer, mulligan Reynard, mulligan an arbalest. Okay, never mind.
The ruins. From there they come. Drive them back.
Okay. This thing can also get stuff back, but yeah, let's or wait. Do we wanna... yeah, I guess we'll lead with the Wagenberg and hope it... nah. Fine. Fine. Oh, that's annoying. Or maybe... well, yeah, no, it's definitely annoying. Alright, so do I chip... or do I... what do I do? Maybe I use the Sea-Hill. I don't think that's crazy.
Ah!
What? It doesn't... oh, no. Oh, gosh. Alright.
You mad? Don't shake that!
Oh, I'm never gonna get it back. Alright, so when they say maybe seized, they mean it definitely will be seized, it would seem. Alright, let's, oh my god, he's gotta get through all the armor every time. That's gonna be so obnoxious! Wow. That is spectacular.
Oh, Lady Margarita told us of this.
Oh, no, that didn't get seized. Okay. That was not its original position, I would like to point out. It was on this row. Ugh. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. I guess I play the other adept. Just like make sure that I have enough drummers.
Doubt I'll ever pay off these school loans.
Yeah, there goes that one. Alright, next turn I think I'm going to decoy the bomber. I want to apply fire to the front row. Dang it, I want him in this row so I can move the banner up there. Ah! Okay, yeah, let's decoy you. Ow. Well, I guess the good news is that it didn't actually do a whole lot.
This could hurt.
Give you my adept back. Ah, maybe I don't care. I'd be so irritated if my drummer gets stolen. Oh my gosh.
Left, right,
Ugh.
left,
Okay.
right.
Okay. So I really should try to take out one of these guys so that they don't power up anymore. Which I can definitely do with Alzur's Thunder, so maybe I'll just do that. In fact, I can do a little bit better than that, just that. I can do this. And then I can power up my... Well, should I pull first? Actually, never mind. I'm not even gonna bother. They're gonna take burning damage. Just save it. Alright, they're out of stuff to pull out, which means... Although he's gonna use his consume power. So that's a little annoying. I think I pull here. Drummer and Landsknecht. Okay. Put. Well, we don't need a lot of damage per strike here. We just need. So let's
Again and
spread
again
out.
and again.
Oh, we can't steal anything if I don't kill anything. Oh. Alright, so... Oh, I need to play a card. Okay, probably that's the Runestone then. Alright, it could be Xavier. Oh, I should have been playing the back row because of the Wagenberg, of course. Derp. Alright, yeah, let's do...
As ordered.
I could have this guy hit all the 5s. Or I could... Yeah, let's do this. Alright, now they won't power up. And we've almost won. I guess hit the 5s. And then the 4s. And then Meave hits a 3. Seems pretty good. Go ahead and do that. And then everything was dead, pretty much. And we win.
Let's get a move on before any others show up.
As soon as the fight was done, Mirko Vidmar ran towards a crate that stood on a pedestal, slipping on the now bloody floor. When the dwarf lifted the lid, precious stones spilled out.
Your heirloom? This?
Asked the queen, rather puzzled.
I thought a pipe that belonged to your grandfather more likely.
No. Just a big chest of treasure. Golden froth. Okay.
Seems to me brother Mirko wasn't wholly candid with us. This here's no heirloom, no family souvenir. It's the treasure trove of Clan Vidmar. We thought it gone for good.
Pressed for the truth, Mirko admitted no family sentiment had prompted this expedition. The dwarf had planned to leave Mahakam and start a new life among humans.
That
But he did
doesn't
not
seem
wish
like a
to
good
do
idea.
so without sizable capital.
I can't stand to stay here a moment longer. The days, all of them, they're identical. Rise with the first cockscrow, march in double file to the latrine, crap on command, 12 hours down the shaft and home to sleep.
Mirko complained.
Want a wifey? Put in an application, in triplicate. Care to snip your beard? Elders got to approve it. You want to add buttermilk, not cream, to your mushroom soup? Clan council's got to debate it. How's a dwarf not to get balmy?
I understand the lad, no two ways about it.
Gabor sighed.
But I feel it's my duty to remind yous that what Mirko's going and doing here, well, there are laws. Treasure's due the Elder-in-Chief, not to Mirko, that's one. Second, any dwarf that wants to leave Mahakam can't take nothing but his breeches, his dixie, and his coat. So, brief like, consider well afore you make your decision, Your Grace.
Ah, God, not again. Ha 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 ha! Oh, man. I'm not gonna take the treasure. That's ridiculous. I mean... Oh, gosh. This is just one dude.
I sympathize, Mirko,
Said Neve.
but I'm a crowned head. I must decline. National interest requires I show the greatest possible care for my relations with Elder-in-Chief Hugh. Yet in aiding you, I could sour those greatly. I shall return the treasure to him. I must. While you do what you will.
Mirko Vidmar swore under his breath, then jostled his way through the Lyrian infantry and into the mountains, towards human lands.
Yeah, that's pretty crappy. There's no question about that. Pretty crappy indeed. Dang it, game. Why you gotta make me feel bad? Barnabas Beckenbauer. I don't think I know who that is.
Frozen. All. Only the banner moves. Blown by the wind.
Downright poetic. Prime material for a ballad. Perhaps even a whole saga.
Okay. Oh! Nice! Oh my god. Oh, the references. The references in this game. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Banner Saga's a good game. I might actually let's play that at some point. I haven't played Banner Saga 3. Actually, have I? I haven't played. Have I played Banner Saga 2? I don't think I played Banner Saga 2. I think I just played 1. I think I own 2. Haven't played it. Anyway, okay. There's nothing over here. So. So yeah, onward and upward. More or less literally. Although we're coming up on the end of an hour, so stop soon.
The Lyrians rode a narrow, winding path along the rocky ridge. To one side were ice-covered boulders, to the other, a chasm hundreds of feet deep.
They could have at least erected some barriers,
complained Gascon, knocking snow from his cap.
Got plans for that.
Gabor said.
Just need to decide how high to make them.
What?
Think. Should they be the height of your average dwarf or a human? The debate's gone on for 20 years. On the one hand, you've got...
Gabor did not finish his discussion. He was interrupted by the Baba Ghazi that jumped down from the rocks.
Archers, shoot! Aim for underbelly!
Neve soldiers made quick work with the lone monster. But the sound of battle spooked the horses harnessed to one of their wagons.
Whoa there! Whoa, damn it!
The driver tried to rein in the animals, but could not. They dragged him into the chasm along with his cart and the soldiers riding it. They landed a few dozen feet below on a rocky outcropping. A moment later, Baba Ghazis swarmed everywhere.
I can confirm from personal experiences that horses are dumb enough to do something like that. I had a horse one time take off down, like, basically the side of a mountain with me on it when I was a kid. It was super friggin' scary. Anyway, we're not actually gonna... Oh.
Anyone left alive?
Asked Neve, leaning over the cliff edge.
Worry more about their cargo.
Gascon replied.
They were also carrying chests of gold.
Blast. We can't get down there. Too steep and the snow keeps falling.
We can lower ourselves down a line. But without armor, shields, or heavy weapons, otherwise it will snap.
And the Baba Ghazis?
The Queen said, brow raised.
We shan't kill them with daggers. They're too thick of armor.
We'll have to try. Or continue on our way.
Well, obviously we're gonna kill them, but...
You only live once.
Neve sighed.
Gascon, round up some volunteers and let us move out.
Moments later, the Queen
YOLO,
was lowering
really?
herself down a line straight towards the gaping maw of a Baba Ghazi. Her only armor, a woolen shirt.
Alright. Yeah, so we're gonna do this battle next time. And... I guess we did this. Okay. To the rescue. Meep's parents long refused their noble-born daughter lessons in the art of the sword. Yet nevertheless did she train in secret, wearing a blouse instead of armor, a kitchen knife in place of a sword, imitating the maneuvers she witnessed at knightly tournaments. Now, forced to fight without proper equipment, her childhood exercises would prove more useful to her than she could have ever imagined. Yeah, I'll just... take a look at what we got here. Oh, okay. Gluttonous Baba Ghazi, every turn on turn start. If this unit is not taking damage since its last turn, move all units on the same row as fallen soldiers to the other row. Okay. If there's a unit on the right, gain 1 charge, otherwise remove. If this unit charge... Okay. So you gotta damage these things. Actually, you know what? I can probably do this pretty quickly. This shouldn't take too long. So, this basically... we just have to play a couple things. Like, we can use the Sea Hill to do, like, a little bit of damage. Although, well... I guess the difficulty is gonna be that... well, yeah, I'm gonna try it. I don't think it should take too long. So, what we need is we need we need drummers because they can spawn stuff, and then we need stuff that deals damage. Particularly stuff that deals multiple damage to multiple things, which includes Alzur's Thunder, the Runestone, and the Northern Wind. Decoy is gonna not do a whole lot. Adept is gonna not do a whole lot. Xavier is fantastic. So we're gonna mulligan Decoy. I'm going to mulligan the Adept. We'll go ahead and keep the Arbalists. Like, we don't. It doesn't really matter what the drummers pull as long as they pull something. Yeah, this looks good.
Careful! No one tried
Whoa.
to be a hero.
Biting Frost. Well, that's obnoxious. Okay, so the first thing we do. So these things are gonna pull stuff forward, regardless. So, I think. Yeah, it doesn't really matter which row we go in. Oh, you know what? Actually, I can do this. I can Arbalest and Sea Hill. Yeah, okay. So we get to 3, then this turn we go Runestone or Alzur's Thunder, then the next turn we do that. Then, yeah, just, this is great.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, okay. No big deal.
Bereft of sword and shield, Meve could not withstand a single blow. She thus danced atop the frozen snow, deftly dodging the Barbigazi's lightning-fast strikes, while delivering but a few well-aimed hits of her own, to their eyes, ears, and gaping jaws. When the last monster fell lifeless to the ground, Meve walked up to the shattered wagon. The soldiers it had carried were bruised, frostbitten, but alive.
Your Grace, we were sure you'd leave us.
A good ruler never abandons her folk.
Nor her gold.
Gascon interjected,
Huh.
while securing a rope to a
Gascon,
chest.
you jerk.
Soon enough, all were safely back on the path. The admiration Meve saw in her soldiers' eyes was in itself sufficient reward for her difficult battle.
Wasn't really that difficult. Okay, so yeah, now we're definitely done with any battles. The only thing I'm gonna do is we did get actually some new card. I forget what. It wasn't this. It was some other ale, right? It was like, oh, this thing. Boost all allies in a row by 4. Yeah, okay, that's solid. I mean, I'm not gonna use it, but it's solid. It is solid. Okay. Yep. I guess, you know, maybe we could buy another thing. Like, maybe I'll just buy this thing, because, like, why not? Boink. Eventually, maybe I'll buy all the things. But for now, I think that'll do it for this episode. See you next time for probably meeting with Bruverhoog. Until then.